this for the whole house. Micro cement, from the decoration site to the four walls of the home. Although it is unfurnished, softly furnished vacant room, but my dream house has begun to see. The kitchen, living room, and dining room are just walls and roofs. 2 bedrooms, wall and roof all in one. Micro cement in addition to the right use. There is also the use of ramps. Trowel to the cabinet, made into a balcony laundry storage cabinet. Applied to the door. Unified the color of the entrance door and the whole house. I think there is a lot of material left. Don't waste it. The entrance hall shared by several neighbors. From the cluttered slums. Change to a livable house. Micro cement. Super adhesive ultra thin finish. Not only suitable for new houses. Same match as the old house renovation. Outdated old tiles. You can directly cover it without smashing it. This means saving a demolition fee. Save a garbage removal fee. Save another grassroots rebuilding fee. You can also add a layer of anti-crack mesh to the micro cement. And the thickness of micro cement is only 2 to 3 millimeters. Super adhesive force. Good impermeability and stain resistance. It's a perfect match for the old one. The only mismatch, maybe it's the price. There are too many rollover cases online. Find a reliable micro cement brand, like panning for gold in a cesspool. Disgusting. While looking forward to, after doing countless homework, I decided to believe in my choice. Here micro cement, and don't give the middle finger, boomerang for a while. Even if it ends up on me, I also admit it. Unlocked newbies can't be wasted either. Micro cement super detailed strategy. Hello everyone. From top to bottom in order, let's start with the walls and the roof. This is a full set of wall micro cement materials. This is a complete set of construction tools. Vacuum first. Put the putty powder left on the wall. Dust clean. Add water to the primer in a ratio of 1:1. Blend and stir well. Then use a short bristled roller brush. Roll on walls and ceilings. Roll coating without omission. Its purpose is to seal and solidify the base layer. Further enhance the adhesion of micro cement. Let dry for 20 minutes. You can scrape the micro cement for the first time. Wall micro cement is a B2 component. The dosage per square meter is about 0.5 kilogram. According to 1 kilogram of liquid material, the proportion of 3 kilograms powder. Mix and stir together. Let stand for 10 minutes. Stir well for the second time and you can use it. Micro cement construction. To use a short knife, move the micro cement from one side to the other. Apply in one direction. Slowly spread out. When there are many people, the rhythm should be unified. Cooperate well with each other. Don't let the micro cement between the 2 persons dry out, otherwise there will be seams. Short knife construction. It is completely different from the method of troweling back and forth with a putty elongated knife. Short knife trowel. It can make unique models to micro cement. Construction sequence. Always follow the principle from high to low. Top first, then wall, and then ground. Otherwise, the material that drips when troweling. It will contaminate the finished surface. During construction, the entire unit should be disassembled into individual surfaces for construction. Like this bedroom. Start with the ceiling under the wardrobe. And then we do a flat top. It goes from the circular shape. Finish a large area, then do the outlet position at the middle connection. Different faces at each location, always spaced out. Allow sufficient setting time for micro cement. In this way, the position of the yin and yang angles of the seam. Smoother transition. The ceiling is done for the first time. 4 hours apart, the micro cement is completely dry. The vacuum cleaner is connected to the long handle mill. Use 8010 mesh rough sandpaper, like trowel knife marks. Location of local unevenness. Internal and external angle overflow material. Rough sand. Brine flat and smooth. Then roll over the base layer primer a second time. This can maximize the pore structure in the micro cement. Enhance its stain resistance. By the way, it can also wet the base layer. Avoid the grassroots absorption of water too quickly. Avoid generating bubbles when troweling again. Finished priming. Let dry for 20 minutes. Start troweling a second time. Construction sequence of micro cement. The method is the same as the first time. Disassemble it into a small area first. Interval troweling. Then polish. Reapply primer. After completion, ready to trowel for the third time. If you are not skilled, masking paper should be pasted between each side. Split troweling to avoid accidentally contaminating the finished product. If you are skilled, you can directly trowel it. See here. Do you think micro cement construction is just that? Don't worry. Now it's time for some intensity. My living room ceiling has many curved elements, lots of shapes stacked. It's very complicated to disassemble by surface. Eye-level gameplay belonging to micro cement. A small circular edge on a suspended ceiling. Small arc edge of curtain box baffle. When doing it, apply the edge of the material first. Then use the soft trowel in one direction. You can close the flat edge. Inside this large arc lamp slot, the hand cannot reach in. You can stick it in with a long scraper. It can also be scraped flat. The curved shape of the air conditioning outlet. The method is also about the same. The key is to maintain the construction rhythm. Do not let the edges of the micro water dry. The micro cement of the whole house ceiling is done 3 times. You can start making the wall. The wall is simpler than the ceiling. The method is basically the same. Also finished priming. Trowel for the first time. Polish it again. Reapply primer. Trowel it a second time. Finish the third time. If you want this pure matte texture, you can apply the top coat directly. If I want this polished texture, it needs to be finely polished. The hardness of micro cement is very high. With electric mill, attach 180 to 40 mesh rough sandpaper. Polish the finished surface in order. Polished micro cement. Stain resistance will be better. Those curved shapes, the machine does not apply. You can only do it by hand. Hardness of the polished micro cement is relatively high. The nails will be worn off when scratched. So this process is time consuming. Micro cement. Biggest barrier to use is price. Materials account for 30% manual exclusive. So here's the thing, but I advise you. Objective evaluation of your hands-on ability. Theory is theory. In practice, there's still a big gap. Micro cement for walls and ceilings in the whole house. Troweling finished. Let's talk about how the ground does it. The floor of my house. Only 2 bedrooms were made. It turned out that they were all tiled. On top, just cover it with a layer of micro cement. First put the tiles. Mounting diamond grinding discs with an anchor grinder for the ground. Increase the adhesion of the micro cement. And then roll the primer over the ground. Its purpose is to enhance the adhesion of micro cement. Close to the base of the wall, paint it with a fine brush. Change the big roller, whole house coating. It's a bit troublesome. This will avoid contaminating the wall. Then trowel a thin layer of micro cement at the joint of the tile. Fill in the gaps. After the filled micro cement has solidified, the ground is covered with anti-crack mesh cloth as a whole. Then apply the primer again. At the same time, spread the mesh cloth as a whole. Stick to the ground. After 4 hours, primer solidification, you can trowel the micro cement for the first time. Micro cement floor. It is different from the usage scenario of the wall. The recipe is also different. The approach is slightly different. This is the tool and ingredient for ground micro cement. First put the resin and curing agent, according to the ratio of 1 to 3, and stir. Be sure to stir well, then the ground construction can begin. Pour the micro cement into a lump on the ground. Trowel from the inside to the door in turn. Be especially careful when encountering the low. Do not contaminate the finished wall. Having poor skills or techniques, protect the wall with masking paper. This time the alkali-resistant glass. I purchased it myself. The quality is not very good. Or scrape it flat. Some positions are arched. Fortunately, it's not a big problem. It can be scraped flat even if it's cut with a wallpaper knife. Micro cement with curing agent. It solidifies quickly. Use up within half an hour as much as possible. Otherwise, it will be jelly. Trowel the whole house with micro cement for sand. First time, wait 24 hours for the micro cement to set and dry. You can do a second troweling. Operation method. Preparation of material. It's basically the same as the first time. Roll over the primer. Again, fine brush and rollers. Brush a distance of 15 centimeters along the wall. Change the big roller, whole house coating. The primer is liquid. Cannot be protected with masking paper. The phenomenon of pore suction will go along the wall and pollute the wall. Black will appear after drying. 6 hours later, primer drying. Start mixing material. Repeat the old trick according to the gourd painting. Same as the first time. After scraping this time, mesh of waveform mesh. The mesh is basically filled in. 24 hours apart, the second pass of coarse sand micro cement solidification. You can start 3 times. There is one more process before the troweling. Polish the entire floor surface. Take those scratched knife marks. The bumps of the net are all polished and flat. Then vacuum the dust. And then do it a third time. Surface fine sand micro cement operation. Construction method. It's basically the same as the coarse sand in front. They all brush the primer first. Later trowel micro cement. But the surface layer is fine sand and micro cement. I need to change the thin trowel. After the troweling, polish it again. This step plus the previous one. Repeat 4 to 5 times in total. One last time. The surface layer of fine sand and micro cement is applied. It should be much more detailed when polishing. Change to 240 mesh sandpaper. No omission. The ground is polished as a whole. The 4th time the micro cement is done. The effect of integrating the bedroom wall with the top and the ground. It's beginning to take shape. But I want micro cement, fouling resistance and wear resistance. And the most important step is the surface protector. It is made of water-based resin. The curing agent and water are composed of 3 parts, according to the ratio of 1:1:4. Mix well and stir. Then filter it with stockings. Filter out any impurities that may fall in. Pour into tray for later use. Then start rolling. The operation requires 2 people to perform at the same time. One person dips a roller in the material. Drain part of the residue on the tray. Avoid dripping. Roll it vertically first. The other person uses a dry new roller. Transverse cross repeated roll coating. Recover flow and hang residual material. At the same time, roll the top coat evenly. The position of the inner corner that the roller brush cannot brush the inner corners with a fine bristled brush. On the ground, repeat with a short bristled roller brush. Cross vertically. Coat the ground as a whole. Wait 24 hours. After the first dry, roll over a second time in the same way. After the two varnishes are completed, the micro cement of the wall, the top, and the ground is over. Then at an interval of 24 hours, complete the final critical step of stain resistance. It can give the ground a layer. Super impermeable, stain resistant layer. This is a one-component material for the ground. What are the specific ingredients of the stain resistance agent? Ask again and again. Or keep it a secret from me. Same as the top coat. Roll the ground as a whole. The floor of the 2 bedrooms. Micro cement is done. Wait 7 days. Can be used lightly. After 28 days, micro cement just officially entered the best performance period. Regarding the durability of micro cement, the previous video did various experiments. Common stains in life. Basically clean up. About the rollover case of micro cement. I've seen more than you have. No more. No judgment here. Leave it in suspense. After I use it for half a year, I'll report to you again. Take one last look at the final effect. Although it is still empty, but it also had the beginnings of a home. So far, the micro cement item has come to an end.